look at my rune page real quick for Nunu. So, what I have been doing on Nunu is for the first rune, or for the first part of the rune page, I will pick up Resolve, or I will use the Resolve tree. I pick up Aftershock after mobilizing an enemy champion, gain defense, and later deal a burst of magic damage. This works really well with my Engage, which is a knock-up, and then my E, which is actually a stun. So I'm going to increase my armor and magic res while I'm in the middle of that, and then I do bonus damage based off of a percentage of my health. And my resistance caps at a certain point. Fawn of Life, impairing the enemy movement of a champion, marks them for 4 seconds. So again, whoever I gank, I have 2 movement impairment abilities, not including my ultimate. So Font of Life activates off of a gank. Conditioning, after 10 minutes, gain extra armor, gain 9 armor, 9 magic resist, and increase my current resistances by 5%. So that's really good to get me even more tanky, which is generally what I build into Nunu anyway. And then Revitalize, heal, and shields you cast or receive are 5% stronger, and increase an additional 10% on targets below 40%. So Nunu has a passive where he can heal fellow champions, so Revitalize only helps that. And plus, I can heal myself by eating champion. I can eat neutral monsters or champions. That as well. In my second part of the tree, I actually do sorcery. I do water walking, which is gain 25% movement speed or adaptive bonus speed up to 18 AD or 30 AP based on level. When I'm in the river, in the jungle. And since I'm playing jungle anyway, that's where I'm going to be a lot of the time. And then I do clarity for the final part of the rune, which is all movement speed bonuses are 7% more effective on you and gain 1% movement speed. So that even helps more with the water walking. Plus that helps with my, I would assume that helps with my W as well, because I just use that, I use that snowball to like try to gank lanes back and forth and get to a lane faster to help out. Plus 10% attack speed for part of the rune page, plus adaptive force, plus armor to keep minions from doing so much damage to me early. I go over to my red side. I do the usual defensive ward over at my red side. Then I go get Sweeper.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
And on Nunu, as you can see, I start my W's, that way whenever I attack the neutral monster, I go ahead and get some health back while I'm attacking. So I ping them that I want to start blue. So we go here, I take a good bit, and I wait a little bit. I don't use the chomp right off the bat. What is it? Consume. I don't use consume right off the bat. On my second ability, I get the W. And I wait a little bit, and then I try to use my first smite on prompt. So they actually had a really good gank off bot early. Pantheon did a level 2 gank, which honestly isn't a problem. I completely forgot that he tries to counter jungle me here, and he actually makes me burn flash. That was honestly a pretty strong play, but he gets caught. He gets super greedy right here, and I punish him. He kind of just overstayed his welcome, and that helps us get 2 kills actually. So our team did a very good job of converging when I needed help, and we punished them hard for it. Chicken to red, and then I try to go over to Krugs. What's your purpose? I mean, I know it's important, but Vlad's over here trying to ping for help, and I was just really far away. I was honestly too far away to do anything about it. I wanted to clear out vision right there so I could see how easily I could gank, and I couldn't gank very well. I took a little bit of damage, but I actually consumed one of Heim's turrets so I could get health back, which I find absolutely hilarious. I love that I can just chomp one of his turrets and get it back. Get a ton of health back. I see that they're pushed up bot, so I'm just going to go ahead and gank right here. I'm especially going to get the person that's messed themselves up the most, which was that Zyra. She should have just ran back for her turret, but instead she goes into the alcove. Anyway, we gank bot, get the kill. And we know we had a numbers advantage at some point, so I kind of just go ahead and start dragging. Now, it's super risky because I don't really have a good clear on it. And once I see that ward, I realize, okay, I'm going to get caught. I'm very low health. I can't afford to keep staying here, so I'll leave it and wait until a better time to finish it. Oh, we see that Zyra is actually kind of pushed out right there, so we try to chase her down, but it's not really enough to do anything. I realize I've wasted a good bit of time, so I just back right here. When I could be farming and getting more health instead. On my first back, I usually try to get the Cinderhulk part of, or the healing and cooldown part of Cinderhulk. Or not the healing, but the more health and more health and cooldown part of Cinderhulk. So I knew that Pantheon was relatively nearby, and I wanted to keep him from ganking Vlad. Right there. So I walk up to him, hit him with my W. I get a good bit of damage off early. He has to use his W to keep me from doing more damage to him. So I stop doing what I'm doing because I know that can do damage back to me. That little barrier. So I disengage from him, prevent the gank on my top lane, and go back into my lane forward. Because my clear with Nunu is actually pretty good right now. Or it feels pretty good right now. I come back in, and I see that he's getting a little bit ballsy and wanting to take Nunu. Which, honestly, isn't that big of a problem for me. Like, he takes my blue, he takes my blue. I can't fight Pantheon. But what I can do is get my team fed. So I'll take whatever camps that I can myself. Of my own camps. So they've actually made a pretty good comeback into this game. I think they were down like 3-6, and now they're only down. Now they're only down 1. And I take a ton of damage right there.
Turret plating will soon fall.
So what we've seen so far in this game is that me trying to gank for this Talon, it's resulted in, it's a very hard time. It's very hard for me to gank high. So what I need to do is just focus on other things. I try to help get this, do some damage to Mundo right there. We really want as much possible vision as we can. I actually kind of choose to neglect the first dragon, just because I assumed that based off of what we've seen out of Pantheon, they would go ahead and just grab the first dragon, and I would go ahead and grab Herald. Now this is kind of a risky play, based off of the fact that I don't really know where their mid or their top laner was, but I think we had information that Pantheon was bot side near dragon, so I knew at least their jungler couldn't come. So anyway, I get Herald, get red, and Vlad is essentially ungankable. He can just like W away from everything and not be scared. Who actually got dragon? Oh, Heim. I think Heim soloed the first dragon, which honestly I'm fine with. I would rather have the first Herald than the first dragon, because you can destroy so many towers with it. They actually destroyed 2 of our towers early. They were actually very strong early game. I just decided I wanted to go somewhere else and throw this Herald down. Now, this wasn't a great Herald use. I didn't even get to kill the turret out of it, But what I did do was force the Pantheon to use his ult way too early. I saw where the solution was, he got caught out, and we punished him for being caught out. So, we actually did a good bit of team fighting right here. I re-engage, get a kill on Hein, and unfortunately I die. But I'm able to help my team get away from part of the fighting, plus I get a kill myself. So at this point, they've killed the jungler. I see there's some more team fighting. So I decided to go after all the squishies, aka their support right here. And unfortunately, I'm not really able to organize much on team fight right there. Or I'm not able to do enough damage to the Zyra before she gets away because she rooted me. So I just needed to eat one of her plants, get some more health back up, and then just try to disengage and re-engage at a better time. So as you can see on the screen right now, we're 15 and 15. We're basically down 2k gold. But we did grab the first hero. And I really want to get this Scuttle so we can have vision on Dragon. So right here is a very decent team fight. Talon gets a very good engage. And I'm able to help them out some. I did die, but I'm able to get my teammates 2 more kills. 3 more. Now Pantheon does get 2 more kills right there, but anyway, I'm pinging that I really want Dragon right here. That brought the gold difference back for us to 1k, essentially. Just a little bit more 1k. I kind of realized that we don't really have what we need to do the Dragon, so I'll just hold off. And unfortunately, Jaime is able to get the Dragon. I'm able to help the support decided to come after me instead. So Zyra's away from the team fight and not able to help her team. Vlad does a really good not a stopwatch, but a Zonia's right there under tower, and that keeps the Pantheon or the Mundo from killing him. So we played that really well right there. So I've died 3 times. I think I've only got like 2 or 3 kills. And with the last couple of team fights, I'm able to chase down the Zyra, actually. It's very good. We knew that the Zyra was trying to split push bot, and I knew we could catch up to her. I figured she would have ran further away and gotten safer. And I just decided that I would check that bush. I wasn't entirely certain she'd be in that bush, but I knew she'd be nearby. So I just ran into her and we got that free kill. So I come to mid, try to help us out some more, and we get more kills. So it was officially after that fight that we got the gold. So I didn't really kind of realize this was a come from behind game. Like I knew early in the game we were down just because of their first invade, but we had gotten kills. But I don't die anymore the rest of the match. I actually do a really good re-engage right here. I'm able to chase down this Lucian and get a kill on him. Now, unfortunately, I am the only person left on my team, so I try to get sneaky and try to find somewhere safe to back. And I don't die anymore the rest of the game. It's pinging Dragon like we want Dragon. We see that there's at least 2 people trying to fight the Zyra right now. So we just decided, you know what, we're just going to team fight. We're going to get over here team fight. I do a really good re-engage into the Zyra with my W. And we decided since we got their jungler killed, specifically their jungler, and also their support's dead, which is even better, we decided to go ahead and try to start Baron. The problem is that they knew we were nearby Baron. So I just try to, I do really stupid stuff right here. I try to just re-engage and I try to leave the fight, but luckily I come back in time to help us actually finish off the Baron. That was super risky, but it paid off for us, and I get 2 kills right there. Or I get a Baron kill, and I get a kill on somebody. Yeah, I'm getting more kills, our team's getting more fed, we're almost up 6k gold, we're up like 5.5k. And Honestly, that Baron take was huge. Yes, they have 3 dragons,
Shut down.
but my team is fed. My teammates are actually fed. And I'm kind of just sitting here and trying to figure out what to buy. I don't really know how to look at my in-game items. So anyway, I go back in, see someone. Nunu's W is so good at catching people when they have overstep boundaries. It's so good for that. It's very good for punishing people that have been caught out too far. Now we've got 2 people that are very weak right here, so we're not super committal to fighting. And Talon's doing Talon things, which is just finding picks on people that are very weak. I get very close to dying, but I chomp a minion and almost get half of my health back. Go back into the jungle, go into their jungle, get even more health back. I'm pretty sure at this point I've gotten Spirit Massage. I've gotten really close to it. Again, Talon just keeps getting picks. Now, I got that kill right there, but he still set it up. This Talon does a very good job of getting fed off the picks in the teamfight phase. We kind of just set up constantly getting pick after pick until we could actually dragon. And this is actually our first dragon take of the game. We know we have to get the dragon so that way they can't get skilled. And I just happen to catch this Lucian right here. Now, he also does mess himself up pretty hard by hitting that flower roll. I do have to defend right here because I'm the only person up. They had 2 people pushed up to me, but defending shouldn't be a problem. Anyway, I go back to my red side, clear out some of my red side. I want to make sure that I use one of my control wards on Baron, just in case we lose the next team fight, they immediately start on it. So at this point, we're up 10 kills, nearly 5k gold. I go ahead and just re-engage into the team. Now I get them to burn a lot, and what I do my job as a tank, which is just to find their squishies, kill their squishies, find anyone that's really low health, and get them as close to us. And right during that, we were able to get 3 kills. I'm able to get a knock-up right there. And we were able to finish those last 2 people. And I get my 11th kill, I believe, onto Zyra right there. And we finish the game. And for good measure, I use an ult right there just to make sure no one rushes out. GG, easy win. 11, 3, and 21. It was a very good game.